Hey guys, welcome into the show today. Our second and final segment that we recorded with the guys a couple days back. We're going to be talking some ADP, some players that we love at their average draft position, and I hope that you guys enjoy. Take care. Our next segment and our final segment on the show today, we're going to do two players, average draft position that we like personally at their current draft position, and we haven't shared it with each other, so there's a chance that we might have the same. I'm going to go around the circle so Drew can start with his first player's ADP that he likes this year.
So my first player's ADP I like is Tyler Lockett. Current ADP is 55.
Yeah, that's late, bro. He was wide receiver 8 last year.
Wide receiver 8 last year, and then wide receiver 13 the year before.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're getting a number one wide receiver and possibly after the 5th round.
6th round, yeah.
I'm taking that all day.
Yeah, I think
all day.
Lockett last year was a painful own. He made his season in 2 games, but he's still playing with Russell Wilson, and if they let him cook this year, I think Lockett's numbers can only go up.
I think that offense is going to be a lot more up-tempo this year. That means more plays. Lockett coming out of the slot. He's always been a TD guy, too, which is something I love. So, I mean, that's my favorite. You want to keep talking about him, or?
I want to talk a little bit about Tyler Lockett. He'll give you some quiet games though. He's not the most consistent.
No, he isn't. He's
Metcalf's more consistent than Lockett
for sure.
But yeah, I'd like to target Lockett in drafts this year. He's on my list.
Smart.
All right, Big Joe. Oh wait, what do you like? Do you like Tyler Lockett or no?
I like Tyler Lockett. I think when he's not hurt and they're doubling up DK, I think he's a good solid option that Russell can throw to, because he's put up really good numbers. I had him last year in your fantasy league, and he was pretty productive when he wasn't hurt. So I like Lockett a lot.
Yeah, me too. So Big Case, who's your first ADP that you like this year?
Russell Gage going in the end of the 15th round.
All right, it's a flyer.
Wide receiver 56.
All right.
Jeez.
In 2020, he had 109 targets for 72 receptions and 786 yards.
I like it. Yeah.
This year, they don't have Julio Jones. Someone's got to fill the number 2 spot alongside Calvin Ridley, who I really love.
Yeah.
In drafts this year. Julio Jones had 68 targets last year, so there's going to be some missing targets on the field for the Falcons this year.
Yeah, for sure.
My number 2 ADP guy is Curtis Samuel on the Washington football team.
Yeah, it's
going in the start of the 11th round at the 101 spot. Currently the wide receiver 40 on the board. And last year he had 97 targets for 77 receptions and 851 yards. The year prior he had 105 targets for 54 receptions.
Yeah, he was a beast on Carolina.
So I know Ryan Fitzpatrick likes to throw to the wide receivers, not the tight ends on the team. Alongside Terry McLaurin, I think he's a good option this year looking to improve on his numbers.
Yeah,
from the year before.
Big time.
I actually had Curtis Samuel as my
your second?
ADP. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So I just saw he was sitting there at 105 ADP, and he had coming off a wide receiver 25 season.
In a better offense, presumably.
Exactly. He's been suffering from bad QB play his whole career.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, Fitz is going to sling it. He's going to put up some numbers.
Yeah, big time, big time. Big Joe, do you like Curtis Samuel in the Washington offense?
I like Curtis Samuel. NFC East defenses are, they're
brutally
shredded
bad.
cheese.
Yeah.
So it's and then it's Fitz magic, so they'll work something out. So I like Curtis Samuel.
Cool. All right, so my first ADP that I love this year is Antonio Brown down at 104. I think that if you were to take a list of players past ADP 100 that could finish top 5 at their position, there would be very few of them, but Antonio Brown, no offseason last year, joined in week 13 and still came on and was a solid wide receiver 3 for fantasy purposes. If anything happens to Mike Evans or Chris Godwin, Antonio Brown is a plug-and-play wide receiver 2 at least. with upside.
Definitely agree there.
Like playing with the GOAT, playing on arguably the best offense in the NFL, coming off a fresh Super Bowl win. He has a full offseason with Tom Brady. He seems like his head's in the right place. I think Antonio Brown in the 11th round is an absolute bargain. Steal, sign me up for that. I talked about it on a podcast a couple days back. Like, he is for sure a dude that I'm going to target in that late 11th round.
Tom Brady or Russell Wilson?
Or Russell Wilson? Wilson for sure.
Fantasy-wise?
Fantasy-wise?
Yeah.
I'm taking Brady.
Really?
Well, you could wait on Brady.
Yeah,
they're not going anywhere near each other.
I'd rather take Brady than Russell.
Brady doesn't run. Brady has like 20 rush yards the whole year, dude. That's the only problem.
Russell Wilson was quiet towards the end of the
He
year.
was. He didn't play well.
The offense.
The offense
Yeah.
took a hit.
So I think Antonio Brown at the least is my guy that I'm really like. What do you think, Steelers fan Joe? Knowing AB well.
I'm not a big AB fan at all. I think AB should have stayed out of the NFL, to be honest with you.
Wow.
But since the Buccaneers decided to give him a shot, I think he is worth picking up, though. I mean, I'm gonna stay away from the Buccaneers offense this season because there's a lot going on.
Stay away?
I don't know.
That,
if I don't stay away, I'm grabbing Mike Evans. But anything outside of Mike Evans, I think I have to stay away. I don't know. It's just too much going on. I don't think the points are there.
I know you said Antonio Brown could finish the top 5. I don't think there's even a chance.
Really? Really? Playing with Tom Brady? He's only 2 years removed from being the best receiver in the game.
He's going to be maybe a high-end flex play. There's just too many, players on that team to throw to.
I agree.
Exactly why
But
I'm staying away. There's too many mouths to feed.
There's players that get hurt on that team.
Exactly.
Like Chris Godwin and Mike Evans, I guarantee you will not play all 17 games.
Yeah, but he could very well be one of them.
AB doesn't. He's less injury prone, I think, than the other guys for sure.
That team's going to put up points, so I would take AB for sure at that late.
Yeah, you're not paying up for him.
No.
It's an 11th round pick. And so my second...
Okay, so then if you're that high on their offense, then what do you think about Leonard Fournette?
Oh, running game in that offense is completely
I'm not interested.
different, dude. Yeah, Rojo and Leonard Fournette, that's a coin flip. If anyone out there says that they know that isn't Bruce Arians, they're lying.
Yeah.
Because
it's
no
whatever
one
he
knows.
feels that week.
Yeah. And then my second player that I loved ADP-wise is Julio Jones, the best receiver of this millennium.
Yes, sir.
I think he was nagged. He was hurt last year, the first pick of the 5th round, and now he's playing in an offense that maybe can support 2 number ones. I don't know. I think Julio Jones, even though he was hurt last year, is still really good. He's 32 years old, but getting a Julio Jones in the 5th round, I know he could fall off, but that just seems like stealing. Just for me, I think that he's so good still.
Yeah, that honestly was my second.
Oh, that was one of your guys?
Yeah, that was my second ADP pick because I think that's a steal too.
Yeah.
So I think he's gonna get a lot of targets and a lot more touchdown targets too in Tennessee than he did in Atlanta.
Big time.
So I think that's definitely worth the steal right there.
Yeah, Julio is I checked it. Last season was obviously a down year. He got hurt, but 7 of his last 8 years he's had a 1,000-yard season, and he doesn't catch a lot of touchdowns.
He's consistent, for
he's
sure.
Consistent,
Very
yes.
consistent.
And this team's going to have to put up points because I don't think their defense is that good.
Mm-hmm.
They play in a bad division.
Yeah.
So,
terrible
I
division.
love players like that.
Yeah.
You're getting at least 4 or 5 good starts.
Yeah, he's playing the Texans twice and the Jaguars twice. That's automatic right
Do you
there.
think their run game's going to be as dominant?
I don't.
Do you think Derrick Henry's going to be...
He's not going to be 2,000
King
yards. No.
I don't know
don't
about
think so
2K, but...
I think they're going to have to throw the ball a lot this year, too. That's why I think Julio's a steal in the 5th.
Yeah, I think
at
so,
that
too.
spot.
What do you think, Case?
I wouldn't mind taking him maybe in the 6th round, but there's too much of an injury risk for me.
Yeah. So there's other guys going around that spot like Kenny Galladay or Julio. I'm going Julio.
Julio
there.
for sure.
I would go Julio over Kenny Galladay.
Yeah.
Julio.
Kenny
I would
Galladay.
take that risk.
Julio or Robert Woods.
Julio, easily.
I'm going Julio there too.
Yeah, I would go Julio.
I'm not a fan of
I
Robert
don't
Woods.
know.
You don't like Robert Woods?
I think he's just like a role player. Like he'll
Robert Woods puts up numbers.
He puts up numbers, man.
All right, Julio Jones or Amari Cooper? That's a tough one.
That's interesting.
Wow.
That's a tough
If
one.
I'm on the clock, I don't know who I'm taking.
I
right
know, dude. I think CeeDee Lamb takes the jump. I would go Julio.
there. Yeah.
I do.
CeeDee Lamb will take the jump.
Or CD
He
or,
will.
or
I think he
Julio.
will.
I might go CD Lamb, bro. I know the hype's getting real.
I like
but-
CD.
CD's hype's out
like
in this
CD a lot.
world
He looked really
right
good
now.
last year.
He's
I like
so
CD,
Dak.
especially with
good,
Dak
though.
back, dude. Oh,
Yeah.
You're gonna have to
God,
take him
dude.
in third round.
I know.
I like CD.
All right, who else? There's a couple other receivers going there. CeeDee Lamb's going 35 overall. Julio Jones going 40th, just for perspective. He's 5 spots higher. Mike Evans or Julio Jones?
Wow.
I would take Mike Evans.
I would take Julio.
I think I go Mike Evans.
I go Evans.
think I go Mike Evans just by a
He's
smidge.
so
I
good.
don't-
Let's
it's
see.
injury.
Josh Jacobs or Julio Jones?
At this point in the draft, I'm taking Julio.
taking a running back. I'm taking Josh Jacobs.
I think I might. It depends what your
Yeah.
team looks
Your
like,
team
for
looks
sure.
like, yeah.
Here's last one. Allen Robinson or Julio Jones? I think I go A-Rob.
A-Rob.
I think I go A-Rob there.
Once Justin Fields takes over.
Yeah, it's a wrap. And even not. Like, Allen Robinson, his whole career has played with
Bad
dog crap
QBs,
quarterbacks. So those are my 2 ADPs. Joe already read one of his. He had Julio too. And then, Joe, who's your last ADP that you're liking?
My last ADP, and I know this is gonna bug Casey, is Aaron Jones. Because I know he's the pick right after mine. He's the 11th. I'm the 10th. And I'm eyeing Aaron Jones. Because last year he had 1,104 rushing yards,
Mhm.
and he was targeted 63 times. And with the news that Aaron Rodgers is coming back, at least for this season, and he just signed that extension with Green Bay, Aaron Jones did.
And Jamal Williams is gone too.
And Jamal Williams is gone. And then A.J. Dillon's probably going to be the goal line back. So Aaron Jones is going to be, the 3-down workhorse. And then A.J. Dillon, is going to come in, get those 10 yards on the goal line. But I'll take that all day. I like Aaron Jones a lot. I think where he is there is a good spot, especially with the news that Aaron Rodgers is coming back.
So, and Aaron Jones 2 years ago finished as the 5th running back. Last year he finished as the number 2 overall running back. So if his ADP is currently 11-12 and he does finish as a top 5 running back, then Joe's liking of the ADP is justified because you're getting him as a second-round pick and you're getting a top 5 running back pick. I think the only thing that concerns me is A.J. Dillon. I know he's not good, but...
I mean, Aaron Jones scored 9 touchdowns and he played 14 games.
He's 2 years removed from
So-
sooking 16 touchdowns.
Yeah, he had a
he
really
didn't win
good
off
year 2
Yeah.
years ago.
2019.
So he should be at some point. He's on pace to. He's gonna explode at some point. So I like Aaron Jones a lot.
So you think he's going to be a top 5?
with Rodgers back this year? It's very possible.
He's done it the
it's
last 2
very
years.
Possible.
I could see it.
And
Yeah.
it's bound to happen.
He's a
2
sure bet.
Like he said, he's 2 years removed from it. It's bound to happen. So especially with Jamal Williams gone. So
Yeah.
I like. Aaron
Oh, that's a
Jones
good
lot.
point. Jamal's gone.
Yep. So this is honestly probably like the beginning of that.
So where would you guys put Aaron Jones in comparison? Aaron Jones or Nick Chubb?
that's a hard one.
I'm going Chubb.
You
Chubb.
going Chubb?
Yeah.
I think I go Chubb.
I would go Chubb.
Chubb. And then, all right, last one. Aaron Jones, or 2 more. Aaron Jones or Jonathan Taylor?
Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones.
What about Aaron Jones or Tyreek?
Oh,
Ooh.
I think I go Tyreek Hill. I'd love having Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill is so fun to have on your
Yeah,
team.
he
Yeah,
is.
I got to take Tyreek.
All right, and then last one. Aaron Jones or his Packers teammate Devontae Adams?
Devontae Adams.
Yeah?
Yeah, I would
That's
go
an easy
Adams.
one.
That's equal
He can finish
opportunity,
wide receiver
honestly.
1 in the whole league.
Because that all banked on if Rodgers was coming back
Yeah.
this season.
No,
And he
Rodgers is
so
back. Adams should be
Should flourish,
So.
dude.
himself.
That
so.
offense is probably most likely going to be back to what it was last season, and it's just going to be fun to watch. So
All right, and then
there's a lot of points coming.
last question of the show. If you had to pick a Super Bowl champion right now, who do you guys have? I'll go first. I'll let you guys think because I didn't let you guys prepare for this. But I think the easiest thing to say is the Chiefs. So even though Cam Akers got hurt, I'm probably going to go the Rams. I think Matt Stafford is going to absolutely ball out on the Rams,
Really?
and they don't have a single weakness on that team. I think Sean McVay guides them this year. Jared Goff was absolutely awful last year. And I think that Stafford is the thing that pushes them over. So I got the Rams beating the Chiefs. You guys don't have to come up with who they beat unless you want to. But I got the Rams taking the cake this year in 2021 as of right now.
I have a team that no one's going to talk about.
The Dolphins.
Buffalo Bills.
All right.
Okay.
I think they're a pretty complete team.
Yeah,
all
they
around.
are, dude. They are.
They don't get the credit that they deserve in the NFL. So I think they have a good shot to beat the Chiefs and make it to the Super Bowl.
I think so too. They're not a bad pick. I think that they're probably right now the second best team in the NFL. I think me and Drew were talking earlier that I think that they're gonna fall off a little bit this year.
Yeah.
I think that if Josh Allen doesn't do what Josh Allen did last year, then they're in big trouble. And their defense is gonna take a step back, and their running game is awful. Like, no one talks about that.
They didn't make it better.
No, I know.
So
Yeah. So you have the Bills. I have the Rams. Big Drew, who do you like for the Super Bowl?
this is a tough question, man. I mean, I think I'm leaning for, because obviously I could easily say the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Because I think Mahomes is going to be insane this year with a new O-line. But I'm going to say Russell Wilson makes his return.
All right.
I mean, the Seahawks have underperformed, I guess you could say, from expectations over the last few years, and I think they put it all together this year. I mean, you got DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett, Chris Carson out the backfield, and they are also getting Rashad Penny back.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to be healthy
Have they
this year.
fixed that offensive line yet, though? That was the big issue.
I mean,
And not letting
Russ is
Russell
just
throw the
getting
ball.
hit.
exactly. It seems to be like the coaching's holding them back.
They don't
Like,
throw the ball, dude. You have the best deep ball thrower in the NFL. You don't throw the ball.
Exactly.
It doesn't make any
They
sense.
should be throwing 40-plus times every
Yes.
game.
You have DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett, and you're running the ball when you're down 7. Pete Carroll, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Bro?
I think they're going to change that this year. And, I mean, their defense has always been solid.
Yeah, I like that
Pete
pick.
Carroll, so
Yep. That's probably the most stacked division in football.
that I can't wait to watch.
That's like, how are the Cardinals are not a 4th place team, but they're gonna probably
They're
come
probably
in
gonna
fourth
come in
at least.
fourth,
Like,
yeah.
That's brutal. All right, Big Joe, who you liking to close out the show with the Super Bowl chance? That isn't the Chiefs. You could say the Chiefs, but pick another team.
I'm not going to say the Chiefs, but I am going to say it's very hard to not root for the Chiefs.
It is. No, they're
'Cause
loaded.
I
think
their
they're the betting
defense. I know
favorites.
their defense
Definitely.
had a few holes in it, and that's why Tampa pretty much went on that run and just destroyed them in the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
But offensively, they're just so good.
Yeah.
They're so good, and they're hard to stop. But I think I would probably agree with the Bills, to be honest. I know
Bills.
that's a
The
pull.
Bills.
That's a big pull, bro. They are really
Bills
good.
and
Josh Allen could
Rams.
keep stepping it up.
Josh Allen's a really good quarterback.
That team is flawed, but they could win it. They're kind of like the Bucks, like the Milwaukee Bucks. I'm saying,
I mean,
like,
if
their
flawed
defense-
but could win it.
If their defense could figure it out, and then Stephon Diggs could stay healthy, Josh Allen can continue to be great.
Mm-hmm.
That team can if they can, and if that's the thing too. They struggled with a run game last season too.
Big time.
You know,
Their
so-
quarterback was their best running back.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, like Singletary and Moss, those two, they're not gonna cut it. They need to figure that out. But once they figure that out,
I'm not
They-
targeting any of those players.
yeah, no, they're
Josh.
not. You know,
Well, yeah, they're also in a not great division with the Jets, and I think the Patriots are still going to be booty cheeks, but we will not get into that because we have Big K sitting right next to us, the Patriots fan. All right, cool. So we had AFC North ADPs that we liked and Super Bowl preview. Thank you guys for listening. Thanks for the boys for being on. And do you guys want to say sayonara before we sign off?
Yes, sir. Peace out, boys.
See ya.
thanks for having us, man. It was awesome.
All right, guys, take care.